Good afternoon. So you are receiving this presentation because you have expressed an interest in one of our upcoming workshops, how to start, operate, finance, and grow a nonprofit. So who normally attend our workshops? Well, we normally have seasoned grant writers to beginning grant writers. We have seasoned nonprofits, executive directors who attend. Some of these directors are from nonprofits that have been around for a while in the season, and others are new nonprofits that are just getting started. Our workshops offer a best practice, holistic approach to grant writing and nonprofit development based on a new school, next generation approach. So how did we get here? Well, in addition to over 35 years of experience in the market, one of the things that keep us apart, keep us ahead of our competitor, is that we've looked at over 100 different workshops. Workshop that was given by funders, workshop that was given by professionals, workshops in grant writing and nonprofit development in both the public and the private sector. We combine all of these different workshops that we've seen and reviewed over the years to make what we call the ultimate workshop on writing a grant proposal and nonprofit development. One of the things that's going to be new about our classes, upcoming classes, classes that have probably came into play in the last 2 years, is the art of using artificial intelligence to grow your nonprofit. And what can it do in terms of reducing your nonprofit overall costs to operate and increase your efficiency as well as productivity by reducing the cost of operation. In other words, how do you take your nonprofit to be a lean, slim machine that's necessary to operate in today's market? So sit back and learn about today's workshop in overview. And I'll see y'all in our class that is the overview course, which is about an hour and a half. But just to give an overview of what those classes entail, sit back and hear about what our upcoming classes will entail. I am excited to share with you one of our upcoming workshops. As you know, we do many types of workshops. The workshop that's coming up is titled How to Start, Operate, Finance, and Grow a Nonprofit. It is an informational workshop that prepares the individual that wants to start a nonprofit or the individual that wants to know how to get funded by way of writing grants to the individual that has a nonprofit, have funding, but want to grow that nonprofit. We've had nonprofits that we work with that came in making maybe $15,000 a year. And within, let's say, a year and a half, they took that 15,000 to 150,000. And within 2 years, they took that $150,000 to almost $500,000, and the number goes up. That's the potential that you have as a nonprofit if you have the tools necessary to effectively go after large funding. This workshop is one of many workshops we provide to nonprofits that focus on building skill sets as well as capacity to service your clients. The workshop is going to be broken down into two parts. The first part is for those individuals that want to start a nonprofit. All those individuals that have a nonprofit and wants to make sure they are in compliance with all of the things they need to do. What we found in our over 20, 30 years of operation is that a lot of nonprofits, even nonprofits that's been around for a minute, do not follow all of the appropriate documents they need in order to be in good standing with the federal and state government, especially when it comes to solicitation of requirements. As a nonprofit, it's going to focus on anywhere from your purpose statement. Your purpose statement is important because a lot of individuals that I ran into think a purpose statement is a mission statement or a vision statement. And all three of these statements are different. So this section is really going to be focused on, if you haven't started a nonprofit, what you need to do to put together a successful nonprofit and getting all of your paperwork done. And if you're an existing nonprofit, make sure that you're doing everything that you're supposed to do in order to keep your status as a nonprofit. The second part of the workshop is going to deal with how to put together a grant proposal. What are the different elements of that proposal? It's going to talk about the statement of the problem. Some of the terms that you're going to use during this workshop, that you're going to learn during this workshop, is quantitative and qualitative research and gathering support. In addition to that, the program design and the program approach. Funding is based on the program that you have and not the organization per se. This focus on actually how do you design an effective program design and approach. Then you're looking at evaluation. That's the second most important element to what grant writers look at in terms of what does success look like. We talk about anywhere from theory of change to logic model. Then we identify, well, where is the money? That's over 50, 60,000 foundations and corporations. And that's a conservative number that gives money throughout the United States and the greater majority of them throughout the world, in fact. And the greater majority of them, you can't find this by Googling. So we're talking about how do you find them? And then the budget is important. You have to be able to not only understand how to put together a budget, but also how to manage a grant as well. We're going to talk about the process. We're going to talk about how to appeal to the funder and what is it that they consider to be a bankable or fundable proposal. This is one of the most comprehensive and holistic approach that you would ever take. And I get this from over the years that I've provided this workshop to over 1,800 nonprofits throughout the United States. All of them say one thing in common: comprehensive, holistic approach and experience that they never experienced before in terms of the process of grant writing, including those that have taken grant writing with other organizations or have received a degree from a university. So there you have it, our workshop. It is one of the most comprehensive workshops that you've taken. I've had seasoned grant writers take our workshop and learn from our workshop. And they learn because we always keep up on the most current requirements that the funders are looking for in order to keep you ahead of the game. That's why grant writers take our course just to get a refresher course. Just like a refresher. But others take our class because they don't have the slightest idea on how to run a nonprofit or how to get that nonprofit funded. So we're really looking forward to you attending the class. It's going to be a class that might give you an headache. That's how much information that we're going to lay down. To get more information about this workshop, please email us at Center for Nonprofit and Community at gmail.com. That's Center for Nonprofit and Community at gmail.com. This to learn some more about our workshop. Looking forward to seeing you in class. I promise this is going to be a treat.